All right. I can say shalom, 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 all Israel. Every week, we apologize for technical difficulties. I don't know something with the something, but we apologize for that. We're not coming through on the regular channels, but we'll be on BANYAMYAN, which is another one of our site, our main site, which is H.O.D.C camp. It's not coming through. H.O.D.C Salt Lake City, H.O.D.C Yasharala. So we're using BANYAMYAN, alternative site that we have on YouTube. So I can say shalom, and we apologize for technical difficulties for the last couple of weeks and the ongoing situation. I'd like to give all praise to the Most High again for this Shabbat day and for all things that's happening. And as we see that we are approaching closer, one day closer to our salvation and all the events that are being unfolded, it's not no coincidence why all these things are happening in the earth. We saw the fire in Maui that burned up Hawaii. That's prophesying the scriptures. Canada is on fire too, all the wildfires. These are all part of the Most High prophecies and plagues that he's bringing to earth. And we see Teflon Don. Everybody know who's Teflon Don, right? That's the man called Trump, Teflon Don. All right. We see him and 18 of his people have been indicted again in Georgia, but he's not in prison yet. He's not in the handcuffs. So he's a Teflon Don for now. All right. So we see all these things being manifested in the earth. We saw the brawl. I won't call it a brawl. What happened down in Alabama, where these Neanderthal Cro-Magnon creatures attack the brother, and so Israel said enough is enough. So Israel saw that Israel came to help their fellow family out, you know, and that's the way we should be. We should stand for one another, support one another, and everything. All right, and these are some of the things that the Most High said will happen in the last days. The Most High is going to stir up that spirit in our people to wake them up, because when our people have been downtrodden and are oppressed, all right, enslaved for centuries, all right, having received no justice, no reparations, no equality, these are the things that happen, all right? So this is like an ancestral anger in our people that's coming up now, and we're tired of it. And not only us, but the other nations around the earth. The other African nations are tired of this European man robbing and stealing their resources, getting rich off of it, robbing their continent and their country of their resources. We see over in Niger, where Niger produces a large quantity of uranium. All right, all that uranium comes from Niger, in Africa, and that uranium, it fuels the nuclear plants to give electricity to all these different cities and countries around the world, mainly France. But here you have in Niger, you have the people in Niger still don't have some electricity in certain areas. So all that uranium that they're using could be used for their country, but all that is going to France and all the different European nations and America, Britain, France. Those murderers, those crooks, those bandits, all right, have been robbing and sucking the resources of the people of the earth. Just like in Hawaii too. All right. So the Most High is bringing justice and vengeance upon the earth for the wicked rulers. In Hawaii, for centuries, you had the Dole Food Company that's been running and controlling Hawaii through the pineapple industry. All right. That Dole factory corporation was started by missionaries. All right. One of the missionary named Dole. Then he became the big president and CEO over the company. I won't be surprised if Robert Dole, the president of he was a senator in this country. I won't be surprised if that's one of his family members. All right, because they pass on everything to their generation and legacies to their family. So the Dole family was controlling the big pineapple industry in Hawaii that ran it to the ground. Now almost everything in Hawaii is GMO. All right, and Hawaii was stolen from the true native Hawaiians in Hawaii. The United States stole that country from them, all right? So wherever the United States went or the Europeans went, they robbed and they stole nations of their wealth, resources, and everything that pertained to those nations. So now the earth is rising up now against the oppressor. Okay? So it should be no coincidence. But the devil is so wise and slick in what he's doing. He says, oh, global warming. But that's the Most High bringing his wrath and his judgment upon these European devils. Okay? It's not no damn global warming. It's the Most High's judgment. The Most High judgment is in the earth upon these devils. And now people got to stop running with that crap. Oh, repeating the white man's bull crap. Oh, global warming. Oh, El Nino. It's the Most High bringing the judgment in the earth. Okay? And we're going to get into that. Tired this crap about global warming. See, the devil uses those terms to throw everybody off pace from what the Most High is doing. You understand? So he used these clever words and terminology so you won't pick up what's going on in the earth. Because he knows he has the masses of the people in the earth in darkness. He's using that sorcery and witchcraft to keep the people socially engineered to his endeavors. So we're going to jump into the scriptures. We're going to start off with in the Apocrypha, 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter. So all glory and praises goes to the Most High. So we're going to kick off this class with that. Let's jump off with 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, and we're going to begin from the first verse.
He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
So this is what the Most High was telling the prophet Ezra, all right? He said, measure the time diligently in itself. And that wasn't only just for Ezra, it was for us also in these last days, to measure the time diligently in itself. Measure the time from the time the Most High brought Israel down, from the different periods using different kingdoms, beginning with the Assyrians, the Babylonians, the Persians, the Greeks, the Romans, now down to this last leg of the Greco-Roman Empire, which is America. Measure the time diligently in itself. From the time we were brought here as slaves up until this period, that's 400 years. And our 400 years is just about up right now. So what's hitting the earth now? The Most High's wrath and his judgment. So that's what the Most High is telling us. Measure thou diligently the time in itself. Measure it from the time the Most High spoke these words to the prophets up until this present day. So read that verse again, Akkad.
2nd Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before.
See, which the Most High have told thee before, because the Most High always told the prophets about the times of the end. Okay, go ahead.
Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he had made.
That's the time we live in, where the highest is going to begin to visit the world that he has made. How is he visiting the earth? He's not coming down talking to him. Hi, I love you, blowing kisses. And Jesus love, turn the other cheek. No, that's not the time we're living in, to turn the other cheek. Okay? It's time to stand up, repent, and let the Most High bring his wrath and judgment in the earth. There's no time to say, Jesus love, and can we just get along? No. It's a time of separation now. Okay? Time to band together for your nation. Okay? So it's a time with the Most High. Read that second verse again.
Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he had made.
And how is he going to visit the world? Hold that and go to Isaiah 29. Go to Isaiah 29. How is the Most High visiting the earth? With his wrath, with his judgment, because the Most High is sick and tired of the people in the earth. The Most High said every day he's angry at the wicked. Okay, Isaiah 29, and go to Isaiah 29 real quick. Isaiah 29, and read here where it said, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord, the Most High of hosts." 1 second.
Verse 6.
6. Isaiah 29 and 6.
Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts.
So how's the Most High visiting the earth? Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts. Go ahead.
With thunder.
With thunders. Go ahead.
And with earthquake.
And with earthquakes. Go ahead.
And great noise.
And great noise. Go ahead.
And with storm.
With storm, hurricanes, okay, forest fires, okay, go ahead.
And tempests.
And tempests. Tempests of fires and destruction that's hitting this earth every day, all around the earth. Go ahead.
And the flame of devouring fire.
And the flame of devouring fire. What was that in Hawaii? Some may say is some people might say it's direct energy weapon used by the white man. If that's the case, it's still the Most High bringing his judgment. The Most High is bringing forth his wrath, whether he used the enemy or it's coming divinely from the Most High. But you know what? It's coming directly from the Most High. Okay, the Most High say he's gonna be visited with flames of fire. Okay, Canada is on fire. Okay, California stays on fire for the last 4 years. Now Hawaii got burned up. It burned it up so bad. They said, what the heck could this have been? Okay, but this is the Most High. Read Isaiah 29, because they probably say, no, you put the cherry in the scriptures, BANYAMYAN. Now we're showing what the Most High did. This is how the Most High is visiting the earth. Most High is sick and tired of people in the earth with this this nonsense with what they call. If I say it, they might take it off. So let me not say it. Everybody know what I'm talking about, right? The main thing that they push in the earth. Okay, so I'm not gonna say it because I know they're gonna cut it off and they're gonna take down the site. So you gotta be wise in what you say now, because they're monitoring everything that you say. All right, they're looking for every key word to flag you and take you down. You damn devils! See these devils up here, these little wicked bastards here. This is a good photograph of the wicked that's ruling the earth. I'm gonna run it down to you. I gotta bring this up, man. This is very vital. Okay, and these little dirty dozen right here controls every aspect of what goes down in the earth. Okay, every aspect of what goes on in the earth, their hands are involved in it. That's why the Most High said we wrestle not against flesh and blood, okay, but against principalities, man, forces, demonic powers that rules this earth. And it works through these bastards here, okay, these Cro-Magnon Neanderthals, okay, these Neanderthals. I'm gonna read the list to you, because some of our people are so naive and ignorant. Oh no, I don't believe that. Not my Jesus. Shut up. Okay, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Okay, you got Jared Kushner, Nathan Rothschild, David Rockefeller, Jacob Rothschild, David M. Rothschild, Evelyn Rothschild, David Rothschild, Prince Philip, okay, Rupert Murdoch, Zbigniew Brzezinski, all right, Henry Kissinger, Adolfo Nicholas, George Soros, George Bush Sr., and his father Prescott Bush, and that whole family that came out of Skulls and Bones, okay? Then you have Robert Kagan and Bill Gates. That's another devil too. These devils have their hand in everything that goes on the earth, in the farm industry, okay, in the medicine, okay, in the pharmaceutical business. These devils control everything. I'm gonna tell you too. And these are the things that they control. Secret societies, okay? That's the biggest thing in America and all throughout the earth. It's called Opus Dei, okay? The Rosicrucians, the Freemasonry, Skull and Bones, okay? A lot of your politicians came up from Skulls and Bones that runs the politics of this country. George Bush, George Kerry, a lot of your politicians came up from that line. Back in the 40s and 50s, the Harrimans, the Dulles, okay? All these family members came up from Skulls and Bones that was running this country, the affairs of this country, all right? The Bohemian Club. I know you all heard of these things. The financial system, BIA, okay? It's called Banking International Affairs, the IMF, okay? The World Bank. Yeah. These big organizations control other nations in Africa, in the Caribbean. I'm gonna tell you something. Ain't no Caribbean island independent. Okay? Ain't no Caribbean island in the Caribbean islands independent. They're all ran and controlled by the IMF and the World Banks.
Right.
Okay? They have their hand controlling all these nations. That's just on paper that you're independent. But you're not independent. You're still under the thumbnail and control of all these international powers that rule the earth. Especially the IMF and the World Bank. Okay? Then you got the central banks that controls the FDIC in the United States, the Federal Reserve. Okay? The federal banks, all these Federal Reserve is controlled by the central bank in America. Okay? The Federal Reserve is not owned by you, the American public. It's owned by these international banksters and gangsters that runs this earth. For you ignorant-minded people talking about, oh, we such a democratic society, we're free. Ain't nothing free in this country, in this world. Everything you have to pay for it in the end. Okay? And they control and run this country with a strong arm. Okay? With strong witchcraft and sorcery, manipulation of the minds of the people. And how they do it? They use polls and surveys to tap into your conscious mind and mold your conscious thought and where you think. Okay? That's why they polls and surveys to control you. And know exactly what you think and how you feel, how your emotions feel. They tap into your inner senses. That's called witchcraft and sorcery. But you don't know nothing about that. You're so naive. Oh, America, we're democratic society. You're so emotional. Then when they had the brawl out there in Alabama, when the Jake took the brawl took a chair and bashed that Cro-Magnon white cave woman, y'all got upset. Ain't nothing wrong with that. She's on the battlefield. Once you're on the battlefield, you're gonna get some of it too. Okay? You either clear up from the battlefield or you're gonna get some of it. Okay? And that's the way it's gonna go down. Okay? Took that damn chair and bashed upside her head. They deserve that. Okay? And there's gonna be a lot more of that coming too. Damn devils. Okay? So you got the Federal Reserve. Okay? Now in the political arena, you have the CFR, the Trilateral Commission, which controls all the governmental leaders, every last one of them. Okay? Then you have the U.S. Supreme Court, the Electoral College. What's the purpose of Electoral College? If the people, the popular votes determine who's going to be the elected official or winner. What's the purpose of having a popular vote, but then you start having electoral votes to decide who's going to be the president? You people can't see the trickery that's being played in you. If your vote counts to determine who's to become a senator or a politician, why do you have electoral votes that have the final say over your political votes? It's all trickery. It's all a deceptive mind game being played on the people. And then when you wake up from that nightmare and that dream, and you smell that good coffee, that good Jamaican brew coffee from the hills of the Blue Mountains, when you smell that good coffee, you're gonna say, damn, we've been sucking. But it's gonna be too late. All right? So you got NATO, the EU, the EEC. All right? That's the EU, this is the European Union, and all the European different political parties in Europe. The United Nations, that's the headquarters. Okay? The Bilderberg Group, the Club of Rome. These are big names that you have no understanding what goes on. These things go over your head, the master of the people. Okay? Then the intelligence. These are the different organizations that controls this earth in every aspect. You have the intelligence. You have MI5. That's number one on the list. MI5 is what created the CIA back in the late 40s. Okay? Because prior to that, there wasn't no CIA. But the MI5 and MI6 was around way back in the days. And that's where all the intelligence groups came out from, the MI6 and MI5. You ever seen a James Bond movie when he said Her Majesty? That's what it represents. Her Majesty Intelligence Service. Everything goes back to Her Majesty, the Queen of England. Okay, that's what they base everything. And James Bond was a true, what you call MI5 agent working for the British intelligence to go out and do the deeds of the British Empire. For you simple-minded people don't know what goes on in this world, that think, oh, it's just vote. It's a democratic society. Don't be fooled by that. Okay? What you're going to find out before you die or before you wake up to reality, that this earth is controlled and manipulated by elite secret rulers that control every aspect of your life. Wow. Okay? Just the mere fact that you're using TikTok and all these social media, that's controlled by them. For what purpose? To tap into the minds of the people, to control them, to keep the people monitored and controlled. That's right. All that is monitored and controlled, whether you believe it or not. Okay? And that's another way of prying into your life to how to control you and see what you're doing. Everybody has a TikTok, Facebook, or whatever social media. Everybody has that. If you don't have that, you have a cell phone. If you don't have a cell phone, you got a computer. So they have every ways of monitoring you, tapping into you, and doing everything that they want to do. It's all about their control. It's control. Okay? That's what it's about. It's a highly sophisticated way of controlling the masses of the people. Okay? So on the top of the intelligence department, you have the MI5, then the CIA. That's a dirty dozen right there, because they came up from the MI5. Okay? Then you have the FBI and the NSA. Okay? National Security. That's another high level. Okay? Then you have the KGB, which is in Russia. Then you have Interpol, which runs Europe, controls all of Europe. The United States work closely with Interpol. So that's why no single person cannot just get up all of a sudden out of the clear blue sky and say, I'm going to assassinate the president. It's impossible. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Okay? It doesn't work. Everything has to be an inside job. Okay? Next, you have the Mossad. You heard about the Mossad. That's the so-called imposters over there in our land.
Right.
This was also formed by the MI5, the MI5 and the CIA, the Mossad. That's the Israeli intelligence department. Okay? They work hand in hand with the United States. Okay? Then you have the drug cartels. Okay? You want to know why drugs can't be stopped? The drug cartels is run by the intelligence department, by the CIA. Okay? They run the drug operation. They set up the Colombian cartels. Okay? When you have the Medellin cartels, all right? Ochoa, what's the other guy, the famous one in Colombia?
No.
Not number, before the one back in the 80s. What was his name? Pablo Escobar. Pablo Escobar. All these guys were set up by the CIA, but he came from the poor people, the poor white Spanish people of Colombia. But they were all formed by the different intelligence department. Okay? Then you have Homeland Security. That's another intelligence department. Then you have military intelligence. Okay? Now, in all the research institute, the one that does all the research, whether it's in health, mental problems, psychology, the big research institute that does it is research for everything. In the school system, things that you like, things that you dislike, things that you want to research, they control this. It's called, they're known as Institute for Policy Studies, the Stanford Research Institute, the Royal Institute of International Affairs, the Brooklyn Institute, all right, and Tavistock Institute. These are the big institutions that have their hands in everything that goes on. that does the research. Anything you want to research and find out, they have their hands involved in it. Okay? And the educational system, UNESCO, the Lucis Trust, the Escalene Institute, the media establishment, the World Federalist Association, and UNICEF. All these have their hands in running the affairs of the earth. So they have everything covered under their rulership. The medical field, anything you want to talk about or you want to delve into, they have their hands into it. Whether it's religions, okay? You want to get your big degrees and go to school, they control that too, okay? And they dictate when you're qualified to become a professor. When you get their diploma or their degree, or what you call, here's your doctorate degree to become a professor of such and such. They control that. Okay? And also, too, they even control the fact that you have to drive your car. Because when you get your license, what do they say? They say it's a privilege. It's not your right. They say it's a privilege. So they can revoke that anytime. Then you have to pay to get a license, pay to get registration, pay to get all these things. But when said and done, they could seize your car or anytime they feel like. So you're not really free in this setup. You're not really free because we don't know what freedom is. We think we know what freedom is, but we don't know what freedom is. Everything is controlled in this society, man. Everything. Whether you want to believe it. That's why they said send your child to school at 5 years old, right? Why do they say 5? Because at 5, that's when the child is most impressionable to learn and to mold that child and brainwash that child into the system. Then, like a sponge, right? Then they say when you finish 12th grade, then you're partially brainwashed to the system. That's the finishing touch of the brainwashing from the pre-kindergarten to high school. Then you say you can make the choice if you want to go on to higher education to become highly more indoctrinated. You understand? But I'm saying use it to benefit, to help your people. Don't use it to talk about, look at me, and be a boast about it. Oh, I got my degrees. No, use it for the benefit to help your people and move forward, not to glorify and boast in it, because that doesn't mean nothing to the Most High. I got the most distinguished degree. Look at me, I'm the first black. So what? That don't mean nothing to the Most High. You understand? But use it for that purpose, to benefit and help your people, not for your self-gratification and your ego. That's what people like to do. So let me go back into this second Ezra, because I had to touch on this subject here. All right, because a lot of people think that this world is just a carefree world. You just move carefree. No, everything in this world, man, there's strings attached to everything in this world, man. Okay, there's strings attached to everything you do. From the day that you were born in this earth to the day you die, there's strings attached somewhere in some direction, either by the forces of this world or by the Most High. Like I always say, there's only 2 forces that control this earth: the wicked forces and the righteous force, which is the Most High and Satan. Those are the 2 forces that control this earth. All right? So you're either guided by either one or the other. Okay? So let's go back to 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter. So read 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter and the 2nd verse again.
And this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 2. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Okay, and we proved that when we went to Isaiah 29 and 6, where the Most High said, thou shalt be visited of the Most High of hosts. Okay, with earthquakes, thunders, okay, tempests, okay, and flames of fire. And that's how the Most High is visiting this earth, with fire, because the Most High said he's a consuming fire. Our daddy is a fireman. He loves fire.
More fire.
Okay, he loves fire. Fire is his thing. Okay, and he said he's going to destroy this earth by fire. Okay, hold that. Let's go to 2 Peter. Let's go to 2 Peter. Our daddy's a fireman. He loves fire.
More fire.
That's his thing. He said, I'm a consuming fire. All right, 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, and start from the 10th verse. Actually, start from the 9th verse. Start from the 9th verse, because this is mainly for our people, the children of Israel.
This is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, verse 9. The Most High is not slack concerning his promise.
Right. The Most High is not slack concerning his promise that he's made. Okay. It might seem like a long time. And we were, how long are we going to suffer being this year? How much longer? The Most High said he's not slack concerning his promise. He made a promise with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and David. Okay. And the Most High said he's not a man that he should lie. Okay. The Most High made that promise, and he's going to live up to that promise. Continue.
As some men count slackness.
As some men count slackness. Some people slack with their promise. Yo, my man. Yo, I'm going to give you that money tomorrow. Here come tomorrow. What's that nigga with my money? He said he's going to pay me. Well, see. Well, you know what? I ain't had the money. Why you tell me that before? Well, see. Come on, you slack. You slacking. He ain't living up to his promise. When you going to pay me the money? Next week. Come next week. Yo, where's my money? Yo, my baby mama. I don't want to hear that. Where's my money? So he can't live up to his promise. Okay? But the Most High is not like that. Continue.
But is long suffering.
The Most High is long suffering. Go ahead.
To usward.
The Most High is long suffering to the children of Israel only. He's long suffering to us. So he could get our act together. The Most High put up with a lot of our nonsense so we could repent and get our act together. He's long suffering towards us. Go ahead.
Not willing that any should perish.
He don't want us to perish. But some of our people is going to perish because some of our people are wicked. They're evil, man. Okay, continue.
But that all should come to repentance.
And he wants us all to come to repentance. That's the key. The Most High wants all of his people to come to repentance. Okay, a sincere repentance. Go ahead.
Verse 10. But the day of the Most High will come as a thief in the night.
But the day of the Most High is going to come like a thief in the night. Okay, go ahead.
In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
So it says, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. I told you, our daddy is a fireman. He loves fire. He's going to bring that fire. Go ahead.
The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up.
It's going to be burnt up. So we ain't seeing nothing yet. You talking about Hawaii, Maui? Maui got burned up. The residents got killed. You don't see nothing yet. California got burned up. That's just the inkling of what the Most High is going to bring. The Most High said the whole earth is going to be burned. It's going to be a lake of fire. Okay? Especially America. This place is going to be a furnace of fire, burning, a lake of fire. That's all you're going to see from the heavens. Nothing but fire. Even the water is going to be on fire. Okay? When the Most High is finished with this place. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved.
Seeing then, all right? Then that all these things shall be dissolved. It's going to be dissolved. Go ahead.
What manner of persons ought ye to be?
What manner of person ought you to be? What kind of person should you be? You should be saying, damn, let me get myself together before this happened to me. Because the Most High is going to burn some people up. And the Most High is not coming with no emotions. Oh, it was a baby. Oh, it was a little girl. Oh, look at him. No. When the Most High bring his judgment, the Most High know why he's bringing his judgment. And nobody's going to get in the way of the Most High's judgment. Go ahead.
What manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? Verse 12. Looking for the hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High.
And the way the Most High and Yahushua has come back with the angels is going to be cruel with great wrath. Go ahead.
Wherein the heavens being on fire
See, where in the heavens going to be on fire. Go ahead.
shall be dissolved,
Shall be dissolved. Go ahead.
and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Even the elements is going to burn. Out of thin air, the elements going to burn with fire. The Most High is going to burn every. Listen, the Most High is going to unleash his severe wrath. Okay? He's going to unleash the host of fire. And those missiles and those bombs is going to create more fire. Okay? Now go back to 2nd Ezra in the 9th chapter. See, a lot of people don't know what the Most High is going to be. Listen, that's why the Most High said, fear the Most High. Because the Most High is nothing to play with, man. The Most High is giving the earth a taste of what's coming. Okay? The earth is just getting a taste of the Most High's wrath. Okay?
I guess the oxygen that we're breathing gonna burn.
It's gonna burn.
It's gonna burn like gas.
It's gonna burn because all the elements are there. The molecules, everything's gonna turn to fire. Okay? Everything's gonna burn up. It's gonna burn. Okay? The Most High is gonna bring his severe wrath. Because the Most High said this earth is not gonna be destroyed like it was in the beginning with the flood. Most High brought the flood, the water. That was bad. But this time, when the Most High bring this fire, it's gonna melt everything down. It's gonna turn it back to ashes and dust. Okay, back to this natural stage. Okay, you get a car, it's gonna be turned back into iron ore, dust. Steel is gonna turn back into the stage that it was in before. The Most High is going to bring his severe wrath on this earth, man. We haven't seen no, and the Most High is giving you an inkling by all the fires that he's bringing in the earth. When they saw the fire in Maui, Hawaii, they was like jumping in the water, running, getting out of Dodge, man. They said cars was blowing up. Everything was just like boom, just tearing up in pieces, man. So they were saying it was an energy, a direct energy weapon. But no, that was the Most High's wrath. That was the Most High bringing that wrath to show these devils, I'm coming for you. Okay? Go back to 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter.
What verse?
The 3rd verse.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world.
See, and that's what we're seeing now. When you shall be seeing earthquakes and uproars of the people in the earth. Why is the people in Niger, in Africa, around the world uprising and uproaring? Because they're sick and tired of this European imperialistic white dominance, white supremacy controlling their earth and their resources. The people are tired. They're tired of this devil robbing, oppressing them, and passing draconian laws to control them. So now the people are uprising in the earth. Okay, even our people are getting sick and tired of it too. Okay, some of our people are getting tired of the BS and they want to buck loose. And that was a prime example happening in Alabama. Okay, you saw that Jake was swimming in that water. He was like an Aquaman, man. He was moving in that water. He was, yeah, I'm coming, baby. And he pulled himself up. Listen, when you're swimming in the water, man, and you got to pull yourself up out of the water on top of ledge, that's not easy. That takes a lot of strength. Because when you're swimming, man, you're using all your body muscles, man. Your lungs, your arms, your stomach muscles, your thighs. Man, you're moving everything. When you're swimming, you use every inch of your body. You understand? When you're swimming, man, and you want to lose weight, man, and you want to get fit, become a swimmer, man. Because you got to know how to what? Control your breath when you go under the water. How to expand and control your lungs, your breathing. You understand? You have to have strength to be a swimmer, man. Okay? That's the eternal strength. Not so much big strength, but inner strength when you're a swimmer, man. And when you're swimming, man, the way he was moving, man. And he pulled himself up and he said, yeah, let's get it on. Okay? So it's coming down, man. The people in the earth are rising up. To show you that, right? We're going to finish that. I'm going to show you how the people in the earth are rising, because the Most High speak about that in the prophecy. The Most High covers everything in the prophecy about this devil. Okay? The Most High said the people going to take up a taunting proverb against this man and said, okay, we're going to get to it. All right? Let's finish this here. Go ahead.
The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 9, verse 4. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things, those things, from the days that were before thee.
See, so the Most High spoke of it way before the time of Ezra, but he's reiterating the things all over again to every prophet. The Most High reiterated everything that he spoke about from the beginning, the past, the present, to all the prophets. He showed Moses that. All right. Now he's showing Ezra this again. Okay, go ahead.
Even from the beginning.
Even from the beginning. All right, go ahead.
Verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world.
See what he said? For like as all that is made in the world, everything that was made in the world, whether it was made by man or by the Most High, go ahead.
Have a beginning.
It has a beginning.
And an end.
And it has an end. Okay? And this white superior dominance, it has a beginning and it's going to have an end very soon. And we're watching the end of their reign. All praises to the Most High. Go ahead.
And the end is manifest.
And the end is manifest. These devils' end is manifest. And they're trying their best to hold on to it. But you're not going to hold on to it. It's coming down. Go ahead.
Verse 6. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works, the endings in effects and signs.
See, the Most High sent effects and signs. What are the signs that we're supposed to be looking at? Who can tell me some of the signs that we're supposed to be looking at to see that we're in the end? Right. Rumors of war. Those are the signs that Yahweh Shai said. Yahweh Shai said, when you see these things, know that the end is near. The end is here. Those are the signs. When you see environmental problems, what they call global warming, that's the end. See, but he used those words to trip you up so you don't relate to the scriptures. But these are all the things that Yahweh Shai and all the prophets spoke about in the end time. Okay? Now look at it right now. In a couple of weeks, it's going to start to get a little cooler and it's going to get dark. Since August is done. Today's what, 19? A week and a half now for September. Look how fast time is moving. All right? A month don't even seem like a month. A month seems like it's just 2 weeks when you really pay attention to it. Time is moving so fast. So these are all the signs and wonders that the Most High left for us to watch. Yahushua said, watch as well as pray. Okay? Watch the signs of events of things and the seasons of things. So you won't be caught off guard. So you won't be deceived. Okay? Because that's the job of the wicked rulers, to deceive the elect. Their job is to deceive the very elect, if it was possible. Okay? So we don't want to be deceived. We want to be alert. We want to be vigilant, sober. Because your enemy is a what?
A roaring lion.
A roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. So you want to be sober and vigilant. You want to have your antennas up, your ears up, eyes open, and keen, watching his moves, because the enemy is very clever. He's very crafty. Okay? He's very manipulative. You know, to turn words around and switch it around and make you see as if, damn, did I say that? I'm not sure. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I thought. When you know you saw it, but all of a sudden you thought. In the Rodney King, did you see him get beat? Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. But you saw him get his whipped. But you will say, well, I'm not sure. Because he uses such words, manipulative control, to control the minds of the people and twist things around. He's good at using words and psychology. All right? And will make you think that you're wrong, but he's right. You wrong, but he is right. He could never be wrong. He's always right. Okay? I'm giving a prime example. Hey, you a cop. 5 cops. You got your gun. One black person. But when the time comes, why did you kill him? What's the favorite line that they use?
I fear for my life.
I fear for my life. How are you gonna fear for your life when it's 5 of you and you got your guns already? And that's the credible line that they use. I feared for my life. Oh, I thought he had a weapon. You understand? So we should use that too when they are I fear for my life, so I use self-defense, right? Stand your ground. They use those words to justify themselves, and they turn it around and make you seem as if you're wrong, but they're right. And that works in the court of law. Well, he feared for his life, so he had to use not the minimum force, but maximum force. You devils. Why you couldn't use minimum force, but you had to use maximum force? When they say maximum force, means you empty that damn gun. You put him down like he's a gorilla. Not even a dog, because a dog gets treated better than that. Okay? Dog doesn't get shoot down and kick. Okay? A dog gets a lodging, he gets a house, he gets his shot, he goes to his vet every month. Okay, he gets the best care. Leona Hemsley, she left her will to her dog. Okay? So they don't treat us like a dog. They treat you like a gorilla, an ape. You ever hear saying he went ape shit? That's what they treat you, like a gorilla, ape. Because a gorilla is a furious beast, man. Okay? So they're going to empty that clip on you. Then set fear for their life. And it works. You understand? So they use those terms and those words, and it works on the minds and sympathy of the simple-minded people. Then you have the lawyer to really enforce it and put it out there. See, what my client is a very upstanding citizen of his community. He works his whole life, took care of his family, have a wife, kids, went to school, and he feared for his life. And they put it out there and make you seem, okay, they're the beast. Put him in jail. Understand? But they're going to pay for that, man. Okay? They're going to pay for that crap. Twisting the psychology around to make you seem as if you don't know what you're saying or you don't know what's going on. All right? Where we left off?
I at 7.
7? Okay, go ahead.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 9, verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed.
See, by your works and by faith, whereby ye have believed. Okay? You have to believe the Most High word. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 8. Shall be preserved from the set perils.
Shall be preserved from the said perils that's coming upon this earth. Go ahead.
And shall see my salvation.
I shall see my salvation. We're going to see the Most High salvation. Go ahead.
In my land.
In my land. Go ahead.
And within my borders.
And within my borders. Go ahead.
For I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
All right. Okay, read the next verse.
Verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways.
Okay.
And they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments.
So what is this talking about? What is this talking about? Not only our oppressors too, but read it again too. It's speaking about our people too that have abused the Most High way, saying, there ain't no laws. I don't have to keep God's commandments. That make mockery of the Most High. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 10.
Read that again.
Oh, verse 9.
Yeah.
Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways.
See, and now that goes. So it goes twofold too. But first, everything applies to who first?
Israel.
To Israel first. All right, go ahead.
And they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments.
Okay, go ahead.
Verse 10. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. Verse 11. And they that have loathed my law.
And they that have loathed my law, that hated my law. Okay, go ahead.
Why they had yet liberty,
while they had yet liberty, that chance of repentance. All right, go ahead.
and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it.
But despise it. They hate it. All right, go ahead.
Verse 12, the same must know it after death by pain.
See, you're going to know it by death, by pain. Okay, all right, go ahead.
Verse 13, and therefore be not thou curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created.
And that's who the world was created for the righteous, the children of Israel. All right. Now, from there, like I said, the people in the earth is going to start to rise up against this oppression and this devil. And that's a prophecy that the prophet spoke about. And it's happening all throughout the earth, even in Africa. The people in Africa are tired of this European imperialism stealing their resources, stealing their gold, their cobalt. You know, cobalt is used to make computers, the batteries for the cell phone, and all that comes from Africa. The uranium, the gold, the diamonds, and all these bastards have this control in their hands. Okay, especially them so-called Jew. They own all the diamond mines in Africa, the Oppenheimers. You ever notice when you go to any jewelry store, who owns it? Every jewelry store down in Manhattan, whether it's Mr. Goldstein, Mr. Rubinstein, Mr. Silverstein, they control all that diamond and gold. Who do you think the rappers go to when they want to get their gold, big medallion gold chain? They go to that so-called Jew because they control that resources. How did they get that? Stolen. Stolen legacy, stolen property. So let's go to the book of Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, where the Most High speaks about that, about these devils. All right. And this is what the earth is starting to see now. The earth is starting to rise up against this devil. All right. Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. All right. But hold on, Habakkuk, right? And I want you to get Isaiah, the 10th chapter. Isaiah, the 10th chapter. Hold on, Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, right? And Isaiah, the 10th chapter, I want you all to tell me what it is that's happening when we get to Isaiah, the 10th chapter. I'm going to tell you what verse it is in. But get Habakkuk first. Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. And we're going to start from let's go to Isaiah first. So hold Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. All right? And let's go to Isaiah, the 10th chapter. And I want the audience, the listening audience, to tell me what is this talking about. Okay, now go to Isaiah 10 and start from the 16th verse.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 10, verse 16. Therefore shall the Most High of hosts, send among his fat ones leanness, and under his glory he shall kindle a fire like the burning of a fire. Verse 17, and the light of Israel shall be for a fire, and his Holy One for a flame, and it shall burn and devour the thorns and his birds in one day. Verse 18, and shall consume the glory of his forest and of his fruitful field, both soul and body, and they shall be as when a standard bearer fainted.
Okay, from the 17th verse to the 9th to the
18.
Read 19 too.
Verse 19, and the rest of the trees of his forest shall be few, that a child may write them.
Okay, so now the congregation from that 16th verse to the 19th verse. Who can tell me what that talking about?
The downfall of those wicked nations.
You're on part to it. Sisters?
The trimming down of Israel, the sifting of Israel.
Kind of. Let's read again. But start from 17 down to 19.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 10, verse 17. And the light of Israel shall be for a fire, and his Holy One for a flame, and it shall burn and devour his thorns and his berries in one day.
Mhm.
Verse 18. And shall consume the glory of his forest and of his fruitful field, both soul and body. And they shall be as when a standard bearer fainted.
Everybody knows a standard bearer, right? Where's a standard bearer?
I don't know what it is. What is that standing?
A standard bearer. You ever see like a person that leads any organization or in the military, the ones that carries the flag, that holds up the flag. He holds that flag with proud and honor. Don't let that flag drop, boy. So he's the one that gives inspiration to everybody. All right. So today, a standard bearer in today's society, or a person that gives hope to this society or to the country. All right. He's the one that gives hope and uplifts the people. All right. Say again?
They got to talk, somebody got to have to talk, and you don't fix.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Verse 19. And the rest of the trees of his forest shall be few, that a child may write them.
So what is this really talking about?
Israel rising up.
That's true. Israel rising up too. And what else?
It sounds like judgment.
Judgment. The Most High is bringing fires and all of their forests. Now it's becoming few. That's in the prophecy. And that's what you're seeing. A lot of forest fires. Canada is still burning too. All right. Remember, California was constantly burning up all the forests. And you saw what happened to Hawaii. That's the Most High bringing his judgment upon their forests. Because what's the purpose of a forest? It gives off oxygen. Okay. Trees gives off oxygen. If your tree's not giving off oxygen, what's happening? Carbon dioxide is poisoning the air and everything. You understand? So the Most High is killing off everything. All right, killing off the very thing, like he said in Revelation. All right, the trees. He said, hurt not the earth, nor the trees. All right, until we have sealed the servants in their forehead. So that's what the angels are doing now. They're going forth and they're bringing their wrath and their destruction. So the Most High is bringing it in stages until you get to that final destruction. All right. So the Most High is burning up their forests. All over, a lot of forests are getting burned up. All right. Remember when they had the smoke over here from Canada? Some of Canada is still burning too. Now Hawaii, they said this is the worst Hawaii ever got burned like that. They have never seen a magnitude of fire destruction in Hawaii. You understand? Yeah. It says it's going to take a long time to rebuild. All right. And that's the Most High destroying, because that was one of Esau's tourist haven. Love to go to Hawaii. All right. And he stole Hawaii from the true Hawaiians. Okay. And got them pushed back somewhere. You understand? So the Most High is bringing judgment for everything that they have done and stolen the earth. All right. So he's getting, because they did it to us. They stole a lot of lands from us too. All right. Displaced us too. A lot of places they built ponds and rivers in places that we had. And so the bodies still there in those lakes and rivers that they made man-made lakes and rivers, man. Okay. So they did a lot of dirt to us. So it's time for payback. Payback, like James Brown said. Big payback. Okay. That's right. So it's going down. So let's go to Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. The big payback. Stole my money. All right. Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, and start from the first verse.
This is Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me. and what I shall answer when I am reproved.
All right. So this is the prophet Habakkuk. He said he's going to stand his watch. He's going to stand watching, doing the Most High work, waiting for the Most High. See what the Most High have to say to him. All right. So whether he's right or wrong, if the Most High has to reprove him, he's going to take it. But he's going to stand his watch, doing what he's supposed to do as a prophet. All right. What's the job of a prophet? What is the job of a prophet? To warn the people. To warn the people of the Most High incoming judgment and to repent. All right. To give the people instruction of the Most High program. Okay. Go ahead. And that's why all throughout our history, the Most High always sent prophets. And every time we came to the end of our punishment or the end of a kingdom or a rulership, the Most High will send the prophets to let the people know, to comfort the people. All right. And what prophet was known as the lamenting prophet? That was in Ash class. Let me see if you all know. What prophet was known as the lamenting prophet? Jeremiah. Why? Why was he known as the lamenting prophet?
Because he was preaching he was warning us against the destruction that was getting ready to befall on Israel.
Right, that too.
He also cried over one of the kings.
Right. He was crying because he always saw the destruction of Israel going to slavery and being destroyed. So he was lamenting for his people and crying. You understand? The prophets loved their people, man, but he had to reprove them and let them know when they was doing wrong. He couldn't condone their wickedness and their evil, so they had to let them know. And when he saw destruction, he had to lament and cry for his people, man. You know, because when the Most High brought his destruction upon Israel, it wasn't no joke, man. The Most High brought his destruction and his fury upon us, man. The Most High didn't slack at destruction, man. Okay? And the scripture said, if the Most High did to his people, how much more he's going to do to the wicked? All right? So if the Most High punish us severely, you think he's not going to punish the wicked that did us dirt? Shoot, they ain't going unpunished, man. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 2. And the Most High answered me and said, write the vision.
So the Most High said, write the vision. The Most High told Habakkuk, write the vision. Write this thing down, Habakkuk. All right? Write it down for the time to come and for us in these last days. All right? Go ahead.
And make it plain upon tables.
And make it plain upon tables. What is the tables? The books. All right? Go ahead.
That he may run that readeth it.
That he may run that readeth it. What does that mean when he said that he may run that readeth it? Yeah. You run. Go and tell this. Run, go tell that. You understand? Okay, go ahead.
Verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
So he said, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. It was for appointed time, for the right specific time and event. Right? Go ahead.
But at the end, it shall speak.
At the end, how is it going to speak? What makes it speak in the end?
Everything that coming to pass.
Everything is coming to pass. The people are doing it. It's happening. It's happening right before your eyes. All right? Go ahead.
But at the end, it shall speak and lie not.
And it's not going to lie. What's happening in the earth, it's not going to lie. But leave it to these people, they will give you a twisted narrative of it so that you won't comprehend what the Bible is saying. That's their job. And you know what? You can't be mad at them because that's their job to be what? The devil. To lie, to deceive, to trick you, to make you believe a lie. It's not their job to make you believe the truth of the Most High. They were made for this.
Right.
That's their job. Okay? The Most High said he made the wicked for the day of evil. All right? The Most High said the deceive and the deceiver are his. Okay? So go ahead.
Though it tarry, Wait for it.
They said, though it take a long time, wait for it. Wait for it. It's going to come. Okay, go ahead.
Because it will surely come.
It will surely come. Okay, go ahead.
It will not tarry. Verse 4, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
See, now it's going to a particular group of people. It said, behold, his soul that's within him is not upright. What does that mean? He ain't upright. He's contrary. He ain't gonna do right. He ain't gonna speak right. What? Let's prove that. Let's go to Psalms. Let's go to Psalms 73 and 8, and also go to Psalms 50. All right. Let's go to Psalm 73 first. Start from 73 and start from the 6th verse.
This is the book of Psalm, chapter 73, verse 6. Therefore, pride compasseth them about as a chain. Violence covereth them as a garment.
See, violence, that's their nature. Violence cover them as a garment, like they put it on like nothing. That's me. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 7. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They have more than their hearts could wish.
Yeah, they got everything. And saying they said they have more than their heart could wish. They got so much. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 8. They are corrupt.
They are corrupt. Go ahead.
And speak wickedly.
And speak wickedly
concerning oppression.
See, when it comes to oppression, you're not oppressed people. They take lightly of your oppression. You're not oppressed people. Oh, come on. Slavery was beneficial for black people. You friggin' devils. You understand? How could slavery be beneficial for us? But I guess it was beneficial for the so-called Jews too then. Say that then. But he's not going to say that. You know why? Because he won't have a job. They will make sure he won't have a job in that Senate seat. Okay? But they speak proudly and wickedly concerning oppression when it comes to our oppression. Whenever we speak of what they're doing, oh no, you're just lazy. You just don't like America. You're shiftless. Make every excuse to make us think what we're saying is wrong. All right? Read that verse again.
Verse 8 from the top. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully. Verse 9. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walk through the earth.
So when it says they set their mouth against the heavens, what does that mean?
They speak against.
They hate the Most High. They curse the Most High. God, who's God? Who's God? Is she? What is he? Where is she when I needed him? You understand? They speak proudly against the Most High. Read that verse again.
Verse 9. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth.
And how do their tongue walk through the earth? Spreading their propaganda, their lies. Spreading their white supremacy doctrine. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 10. Therefore his people return hither.
Okay, now from there, go to Psalms 50 now. I'm going to show you again. To show you that it's talking about them. All right? When the prophets and wrote these things, they wasn't imagining something. They know exactly what they was writing. All right? Psalms 50 and start from the 16th verse.
The book of Psalm chapter 50 verse 16. But unto the wicked the Most High said.
See what it says? But unto the wicked the Most High said. Here they are. Cheerio, baby. But unto the wicked, all right, go ahead.
But unto the wicked the Most High said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes?
So the Most High said, what have you to do to declare my statutes? Who are you to open the Bible and take the Bible and run with it all over the earth talking about you're missionaries teaching the people the Bible? Who the hell are you? You ain't no damn missionaries. You're the devil. And that's what they do. They went out throughout the whole face of the earth as missionaries pushing that white supremacist false doctrine of so-called Christianity.
Right.
You understand? But showing you the power of the Bible, because they didn't use no other philosophy or religion to control the mass of the people. They didn't use Egyptology. They didn't use Buddhism. They used our book to control the mass of the people. Showing you the book has to be true if he could do that. Remember, he didn't use no Egyptology to do that. He didn't use no Book of the Dead. He didn't use no Buddhism, Confucianism to do that. To control, he used our Bible, but he twisted it around. Okay, so that's why the Most High said, read that verse again. But unto the wicked,
This is book of Psalm, chapter 50, verse 16. But unto the wicked, the Most High said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Or that thou should have taken my covenant in thy mouth?
right, taking the Most High covenant. Well, we're the Christian people. You know Christian people taking the Most High covenant in your mouth. The God of the Bible, the Old Testament, the New Testament. Who are you to take the Most High covenant in your mouth? That's what the Most High is saying. All right, go ahead.
Verse 17. Seeing thou hatest instruction,
And they hate instruction, righteous instruction. Go ahead.
and casteth my words behind thee.
And that's what they do. They cast the Most High word behind. When you go in the courthouses, do you solemnly swear to tell the truth? So help me God. And you go putting your hand up, then they close the book and put it back. And then they pull out the penal codes of state section 5291, article 1. Give me a break, man. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 18. When thou sawest a thief,
When you saw us a thief, when you saw Columbus, when they saw Pizarro, Cortez, Montezuma, not Montezuma, because Montezuma was one of the chief of that. Okay, when you saw Captain Cook and all those English bastards that went down, Leopold that went down to the Congo, when you saw them, go ahead.
then thou consented with them.
He consented. He agreed with them. Oh, nothing wrong with that. When they went into Vietnam, he helped the French fight against the Vietnamese. Okay, he agreed. He consented with it. Okay, go ahead.
And has been partaker with adulterers.
And he's been partakers with adulterers. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 19. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit.
See, and their tongue framed deceit like a serpent. That's their job, deceit. All right, go ahead.
Thou sittest and speaketh against thy brother.
Who's his brother? Jacob. And that's what he does. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Go ahead.
Thou slanderest thy own mother's son.
So you see the Most High thing who's talking about? Thou slanderest thy own mother's son. He slanderous.
Right.
I'm a Jew. I need H.O.D.C. That's a slander. That's a lie. Okay, so he slandered his brother, his own brother. All right, go ahead.
Verse 21. These things hast thou done,
See, the Most High said, you did these things. Go ahead.
and I kept silent.
The Most High didn't say do nothing at that time. The Most High allowed him to do it because the Most High is going to bring him to judgment. Let him, what it says, Most High allow him to add an inch, a feet, a yard, and a mile. The Most High gave him enough rope to hang himself because he's going to convict himself. Okay, go ahead.
Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself.
What does that mean? He thought the Most High was like him. God is white. God represents. God approve of what he's doing. The Most High allowed you and said, go ahead. You go ahead, my good child. That's what he thought. So that's why he pushed that white supremacy around the earth. God is white. If it ain't white, it gotta be right. If it's black, get back. Okay? And he pushed that thing into the earth, man. White. And you know, and that thing irks me, man, because every damn thing represents his whiteness. White sugar, white flour, everything damn thing white. You gotta bleach everything to represent him. And therefore, the food is no damn good. Everything is damn depleted because of his incompleteness, white self. You understand? So he does that because he's against nature. His whole nature is contrary. How the hell are you gonna bleach sugar It takes more time to bleach the sugar from this natural state to bleach it white. The flour, leave it the rice, leave it in natural stage. No, because he's not complete. Anything that has melanin, he wants to destroy it. So he's against the Most High and he's against us. Yes.
Yeah, I used to work at sugar factory. They pour menthol
Yeah.
to bleach the sugar.
Yeah. It takes a longer process to do that, man. You gotta be the devil, man. Because when the sugar come out in the first stage, they call it the bagasse, the molasses.
Mhm.
That's the best part of it. That's the natural stage. You leave it at that. See, you know why people have the problem with higher diabetes and all this stuff? Because of the white sugar. It's not so much the sugar, it's that whiteness, that bleaching of it that causes the problem. The white flour. Okay? You turn everything incomplete, so it depletes the whole molecular structure of the body system, the function. If it stays in a natural stage, you won't have that problem. So it's a methodical plot to destroy us genetically off the face of the earth. That's why the Most High is going to destroy his behind, man. And any Negro gets involved, no, you're going to be put to death. You're the first one going off the scene. How you going to stop the Most High process from going forward to bringing forth righteousness, to allow this crap to go on? You know, it's sickening living in this world every day when you see people suffering, and he has the power to heal people, and he continue the same bull crap. It's a vexation, man. A vexation, man. And you trying to help people, he just making it worse for people, man. I got you believing that his system is so right, but his system is upside down, man. That's why the Most High said, you turn up things upside down, shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. He turned everything upside down. I got the mass of the people in a state of confusion, man. Okay? That's why he has to be eradicated. It was this black a scholar that used to work in a university down south. I forgot his name. And he said, I'm fed up with this system. He said, I'm out of this system. He left New York. He went down south, built his house from scratch, him and his wife. Built up, got about maybe 10 acres of land, built up their whole house from the foundation up from scratch. And he said, to hell with this damn system. And he said in his final analysis of what he wrote and everything that he has studied and came to, he said, all my life being an educator and studying and history and everything, he said, what I have come to realize, the only solution to the earth is the white man has to be eradicated off the face of the earth. When I saw that what he wrote, I said, damn, he did his research, man. He studied and did his research. I have to give it to him, man. That's the first black person or professor that I've seen ever said something like that. I had to give it to him, man. I show you the Most High woke up his inner spirit to see the only way the earth could come back in righteousness is this white man has to be eradicated off the face of the earth. And that's a fact. All praises to the Most High. When I saw it, I was shocked. I said, damn, I have to salute that brother, man. He said, for all the years that he's been studying and researching, and he finally came to that analyzation. This European man has to be eradicated off the face of the earth in order for the earth to come back in its rightful and peaceful order. I said, wow, that takes a hell of a research and a mind to come to that conclusion. And lots of our people are going to come to that conclusion in these last days.
I think they're going to be slaves
and they're going to be wiped out after that. After they finish this, the Most High say going to be no more remaining of the house of Esau. The Most High have spoken it. They have to be eradicated, man. You let them be, they will create another muck again. Because they spread that poison amongst other people of the earth too, man. And it mainly our people. They spread their crop too. All right? Finish reading that.
But I will reprove thee.
See, the Most High said, I will reprove thee. Go ahead.
And set them in order before the eyes.
And the Most High said, I'm going to set them in order before your eyes. The Most High is going to raise us up and set us in order before his eyes, before he goes down. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 22. Now consider this.
See, the Most High said, now consider this. Consider this now. Go ahead.
Ye that forget the Most High,
Ye that forget the Most High, go ahead.
lest I tear you in pieces,
Lest I tear you in pieces. All right, go ahead.
and there be none to deliver.
And there be none to deliver. Go ahead.
Whoso offereth praise glorifieth me, and to him that order his conversation aright, will I show the salvation of the Most High.
All right. Now, hallelujah. Now from there, go to Psalms 55. I want to show you something too in Psalms 55 too. Psalms 55 and give me 1 second. Psalm 50, it says, do you indeed speak righteous? Oh, Psalm 58. Psalm 58. Psalm 58, and start from the first verse.
Right. This is the book of Psalm, chapter 58, verse 1. Do you indeed speak righteousness, O congregation?
That's the question David is starting off with. Who was he talking about? The enemy, the oppressor. Do you indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Okay, go ahead.
Do ye judge uprightly?
Do you judge uprightly? Do their court systems judge uprightly? Okay, go ahead.
O ye sons of men.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 2. Yea, in the heart ye work wickedness.
In their heart, they work wickedness. Even while they're sleeping, they think of working wickedness. What mischief they could do in the earth. Okay, go ahead.
Ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth.
What does that mean?
Wow.
Ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. What does that mean? He spread his violence all over the earth. Okay, so he used his justice, his arm of the justice to control the people of the earth. Well, you did such and such. I don't think what you did was right. You did this against humanity, or you did crimes against humanity. Who committed the biggest crime against humanity?
Yeah.
On top of somebody committed crimes against humanity. So therefore, you have to be brought to the United Tribunal Courts. Yeah.
I guess that doesn't count for them because they was trying to build up themselves.
Right.
The stuff that they did to the other nations
right.
to get what they got now.
To get what they got.
So that doesn't count.
That doesn't count for them because we're innocent. We're what? We're innocent. We're free from guilt. We're righteous people. That bull crap. But I'm so glad it's coming to an end. All that crap is coming to an end, man. The people in the earth are seeing this man for what he is and what he stands for, man. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb.
See, the wicked are estranged from the womb. From the womb. From the time they came out the womb, first kick, push, and kept crying. He's a little devil already with horns. A little serpent already. While he was in the womb, he was a little serpent already. Had his fangs out. Okay? Ready to bite into your damn neck and get some blood. Damn vampire system. That's all this is, man. Yeah. Damn vampire, man. Okay? Go ahead.
They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
See? As soon as they're born. So they're from a little age going around speaking lies. You know, Columbus discovered America. You know, we were here, and the Indians, the Indians was here, and we built up America. As soon as they're born, going speaking that lies. You know, God is white, Adam is white. Going all of us speaking and spreading that lies, man. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 4. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent.
See, their poison, their philosophy, their doctrine, the educational system is like poison. Once it gets into you, it enacts something in you. You start, well, master, well, I don't see nothing wrong with the man. So you justifying his bullcrap. Okay, like what's the Republican female? What's her name? Candace. What's her name? Candace Owens. Oh no, my goodness, man, unbelievable. And the next one, next nigger. I call him a nigger, a black Republican. He's running for I think he was running for president too. I forgot his name. Huh? A Republican, a Negro, a nigger. Yeah. I ain't calling him a Negro, a nigger. Shoot. It was him, J.C. Watts, and some other one. No, I heard it was another one. He's from the South. A real coon Negro, man. A coon from the word go.
Professor?
No, not Colonel West. It's another one down south, a Republican. I think he was a senator, but now he's running for president too. I forget his name. He's a real coon Negro, man. Okay?
He used to work with Trump.
Yeah, he was close to Trump. Yeah, affiliated with Trump. Yeah. All right, go ahead.
They are like the death adder.
See, a death adder is a poisonous snake. Once it bites you, it's over for you. And that's what they are. Whenever they bite you with that philosophy or that doctrine, it indoctrinates you. Okay? And they spread that poison around the world, man. And a lot of people are starting to see now we had enough of this crap. Go ahead.
That stoppeth her ear. Verse 5, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely. Verse 6, breaking their teeth.
David said, break their teeth, O Most High.
Break their teeth.
David said, break it. Yes.
His name is Tim Scott.
Tim Scott. That's the coon. That's the coon Negro. That's him, Tim Scott. That's the coon of coons. Ain't no coon like him, man. Okay? That coon is something else, man. You should hear that coon speak, man. Oh my good. That coon never say nothing to uphold black people or nothing righteous. He speaks in behalf of everything the oppressor says, man. And he twists it around. I said, this is a perfect coon, man. I said, when time for lynching, he's the first to go, man. The first. That dude is, man, Tim Scott. Oh my goodness, man. A perfect coon, man. I call him a nigger. That's what he is, man. He ain't no brother, man. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 6 again. Break their teeth, O Most High, in their mouth.
So there is a break the teeth of their mouth. Break it out. Stop them from talking that trash, man. Okay, go ahead.
Break out the great teeth of the young lions, O Most High. Verse 7, let them melt away as water which runneth continually. When he bendeth his bow to shoot his arrows, let them be as cut in pieces.
Let them be cut as in pieces. So he's asking the Most High to destroy them. All right, go ahead.
Verse 8, as a snail which melteth, let every one of them pass away, like the untimely birth of a woman.
So you deal with the same? Let them be aborted in the womb.
This is when you're the real curse.
Real curse. He's asking the Most High. Actually, that's a blessing. He's asking the Most High to do it. But blessing to us, but curse to them. He said, Most High, let them be aborted when they come out of the mother's womb, man. That's what he's saying. You understand? Let them have an abortion when the mother's having them. Little devils. Because little devils grow up to be big devils, right? All right? A little innocent devil. Oh, he's so cute. And that little devil grow up to be a major devil, man, making oppressive laws against you in the damn judicial system. You see Reagan, when he was in there, what he did to the Black Panthers, right? Do you know, before Reagan passed the law into effect, you could go into the courthouse with your gun, with your rifle. When the Black Panthers, well, black people couldn't do it, but white men could have done it. But when the Black Panthers did it, Reagan said, oh, no. That same day, he passed a law. Here, nobody can come in the courthouse with no guns no more. Right away when we did it. Why is it when we do it, it's a problem? Huh? Showing you, they know we're the enemy. They know we're a threat to them. That's why Hoover said, we'll never allow the rise of a black Messiah. They know who we are, and they know we're a threat to them. Right? Why would the FBI be monitoring and investigating us if we're not a threat? Every day. You understand? They just have to keep watching us. because they know eventually it's prophecy. We're gonna wake up and rise up. They can't stop that, but they're trying to stop it in every way possible by poisoning the food, the medicine, the educational system. They target us genetically. All right, they specifically target the food genetically to poison us. You gotta be a devil to target a certain society of people specifically. You gotta be in a high level of witchcraft and demonic powers to do that, man.
That's why when George Floyd died, they make sure that this police officer was definitely put in jail because they understood that there was an uprising against the Negroes.
Mm-hmm.
And they understood that very well.
Yeah, I understood that. You understand? They know once we wake up, man, the jig is over.
And put us back to sleep.
So they have to put us to sleep. That's why drug is so vital. We gotta have drugs. And that's why it was a big thing in the 60s to bring in the drugs to put us back to sleep. Because drug inhibits you from really forming a revolutionary mindset. The drugs put you back to sleep. It sedates you. It calms you down. It puts you in a stupor. It doesn't put you in the level to see consciously. It puts you in a stupor, in a state of, yeah, man, yo, brother, everything's good, man. Yo, high five, man. Yo, peace, man, peace. You understand? Everything's good, man. You know?
That's why they made marijuana.
Yeah, even the marijuana too. Now the marijuana is laced now. Now now they make it illegal because they targeted the marijuana with chemicals to put in it. It's a biochemical warfare against us, man. Okay.
You wonder why they turned it legal.
Yeah, they made listen, anything he does is nothing beneficial. You understand? Oh, you free now. We could get the weed now. No, he legalized it because now he put his control and he put his sticky, dirty fingers on it. And he put that fentanyl and all that damn drugs and chemicals, sprayed chemicals on it to control you. Notice when you smoke up that weed, right? It makes you, right? Weed makes you what? Mellow down, yo, man. Everything I read, man. Yo, peace, man. Yeah, one love, man. Yeah, man. Ja. Yeah, ain't no more struggling you. Everything just cool, man. Yeah, man. One family, man. One love. Yeah, man. Yeah, aya. Everything cool. Everything I saw. Everything cool. Ain't no more struggling you. Yes.
But what's worse is that they're allowing you to sell
Tell it, right.
You open it.
You, yeah.
Giving you the right to open the dispensary, and so he can blame
You
for drugging your
and take away the target from him. Right. You understand? This devil is so good what he does, man. He is clever, man. Yeah. Look all around you. All these weed shop around you is owned by black people. You understand? And he said, yeah, man, go sell the weed, man. But right in the background, he's still controlling it and he's tainting that damn weed. He's clever, man. This devil, he's always 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 steps ahead of us, man. Yes,
The craziest part was prior to this, if you were ever in jail, you lost all your rights.
Right, you're right.
But then now we are making it specifically for people who have drugs.
Mhm.
That you can have it.
Right. Right. Yeah. You understand? Yeah, people who had crimes and when before 3 strikes and you're going to jail for not even for a damn joint, you're going to jail. Now you come out, you could run and open a weed shop. He's making it easy for you to get those loans. It shows you, man, it's something diabolical of what he does. Everything he does is a diabolical, methodical plan. Everything is well structured and planned. All right? Ain't nothing he does is for the benefit of us. It's for your utmost destruction in the final analysis. And I'm gonna tell you, man, this devil plans out his strategy methodically for years. In slavery, he was planning all of this dirt for the future. Read Willie Lynch. Remember what Willie Lynch said? If you use this properly, it will work for 1,000 years. He said Rome will be envious of us. You understand? So he plans his strategy. That's why he have think tanks And we read it earlier, right? He had his secret societies, Opus Dei, the Rosicrucians, the Freemasonry, Skulls and Bones, the Bohemian Club. And all these groups work out in their think tanks how they plan their strategy towards us. It's a warfare against us on all levels. Biologically, genetically, medically, socially, educationally, so-called religiously, it's a war against us. So we could never return back to the Most High. Right? Because he know his case is done. So he said, if I can't get to God, you niggas ain't getting there neither. He's like this. If I'm going down, everybody's going down. And that's the plan he has in Israel too. He calls it the Samson option. He said, if anybody attacks Israel with nuclear missiles, everybody's going down with him too. And it's called the Samson option. Because you know what Samson did before he died, right?
Right.
He pushed down the building and killed himself along with the Philistines. And that's where they get the idea from. Anybody nukes us, we're nuking everybody with us too. And that's their plan that they have, the so-called Jews. It's called the Samson option. That's in their military warfare tactics when it goes down. And that's how they think. If the ship is going down, everybody's going down with me. That's the way he thinks. He don't give a damn about life, especially us. His main object is to target us by any means necessary. All right? When you're born in that hospital, he makes sure he gets the mother's
Placenta.
the placenta card. You're supposed to keep that. And they know that, but they won't tell you that. Why do they keep that placenta card?
Stem cell.
DNA, testing, cloning. Okay? What's in that placenta is all of your DNA makeup. And they know how to tap into that. Trust me, man. These devils, they're doing some high biomedical tech science, man.
Also, we know that the umbilical cord blood is healing.
Right. Right. And the blood, most I said, the life is in the blood. They listen, these devils mastered a lot of things that we ignorant of, don't even know what's going on, man. Because I remember back in the islands, you could keep your own placenta after a baby. The nurse will ask you, you want it? And most people used to keep it. But up here, they don't give you that option. They make sure they grab that thing right away, man. Take it. Because they're doing that DNA testing every damn thing right away, man. And they know who we are. They know. Trust me. I don't think they don't know. They might say, well, we don't know. Maybe the Lembas, maybe the Falashans. Give them a break. They know who we are. They ain't stupid. They've been experimenting from the time we were in slavery. They've been doing that, man. Experimenting upon us, man. And that's where Hitler got the idea of concentration camp from America. That's why he used concentration camp in Germany against those imposters, because he learned that from America. Okay? These devils, man, we have a lot to catch up on, man. A lot to catch up on. Okay?
I think he has to survive on us.
Yes, he has to. He has to survive. He have to use us. Yeah, he needs us. He needs, like, he's a vampire. What's a vampire? A vampire have to suck your blood. Get all that blood. So he have to suck us. You understand? Then he just push us to the side. That's his life. He need that life from us to suck us. You understand? And that's what he's using us for, to suck the life out of us. Even Bob Marley said, the Babylon system is a vampire. Sucking the blood of the sufferers. You understand? Sucking us, man. All right? And that's what, and he was right with that. You understand? You know, so that's what they are, man. They're a bunch of vampires, man. They only use us. Understand? That's their whole method, is to use us and then discard of us after they use us up. Okay? Well, we finished that, right? Psalms 50, Mike?
Let me read verse 8. I didn't finish verse 8.
Yeah.
This is the book of Psalm, chapter 58, verse 8. As a snail which melteth, let every one of them pass away. Like the untimely birth of a woman.
Right, a premature child. That's the untimely birth of a woman. Premature child. They would say, let him be like premature child. Then let the mother abort the damn baby. Close your damn legs and kill the little devil. Okay, all right, go ahead.
That they may not see the sun.
That they may not see the sun. What's the sun? You don't see life. You won't live. That's what he's saying. All right, go ahead.
Verse 9. Before your pots can fill the thorns, he shall take away, he shall take them away as with a whirlwind, both living and in his wrath.
And that's what the Most High is going to do. Go ahead.
Verse 10. The righteous shall rejoice
So it says now, the righteous shall rejoice. Go ahead.
when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked.
Oh my goodness. You can't want no better than this here. Who could say better than this here? Who could say better than David? You know what David said? Let the righteous rejoice, for he shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked. You're going to dance in his blood. Yeah, praising the Most High. Hallelujah. Yeah, we're going to rejoice in that day. And some people might say, damn, that's cool. But when the Most High unleashed that vengeance and the Most High show you, you're going to say, damn, David was right. All right, go ahead.
Verse 11. So that a man shall say, verily, there is a reward for the righteous.
See what it says? Verily, a man shall say, there's a reward for the righteous. That's our reward, man. Go ahead.
Verily, he is a power that judges in the earth.
Hallelujah. He says, surely there is a God. Eventually, he heard our prayers. And the Most High is going to hear our prayers. It's just a matter of time. The Most High said, in the acceptable time, I will hear you. Okay? And this is the time now. We at the end of our 400-year punishment. And it's judgment time. It's time to pay the price. Okay? You pay the piper, man. You pay the price to be the boss. Dun, 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 dun. All right? Let's go back to Habakkuk. All right? Habakkuk. All right. What verse we left off?
I at 5.
All right. I'll read the 4th verse again.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in
Right.
him.
So his soul is not upright. All right, go ahead.
But the just shall live by his faith.
And that's what we're going to live by. We're going to live by our faith. The just is going to live by the faith of the Most High. All right, go ahead.
Yea, also, because he transgressed by wine.
So when he said he transgressed by wine, what is the wine? Is it physical wine?
Philosophy.
No, his doctrine, his philosophy. Okay, go ahead.
He is a proud man,
He's a proud man, very proud. Go ahead.
neither keepeth at home.
Do we keep home? Do we keep at home? He's in everybody's country, all around the world. Everywhere you go, he's in somebody's country. All right, go ahead.
Who enlargeth his desire as hell.
He enlargeth his desire as hell. Meaning he wants everything. Wherever he go, he brings his madness and his confusion. Okay, go ahead.
And is as death,
It's as death. His way of life is as death. All right, go ahead.
and cannot be
And
satisfied.
he can't be satisfied. The more he see, the more he wants. Okay, go ahead.
But gathereth unto him all nations.
And that's what he does. He gathers them all nations to create a melting pot. All right, go ahead.
And heapeth unto him all people.
And he heaped to himself all people. And why do he heap all people to himself? To control them by using sorcery. Okay, you control the masses of people by using sorcery. All right, hold that and go to Nahum, the 3rd chapter. I want to show you something. Nahum, the 3rd chapter. Nahum 3. And read the 4th verse. Nahum 3 and 4.
This is the book of Nahum, chapter 3, verse 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of a well-favored harlot,
Of the well-favored harlot. Go
the
ahead.
mistress of witchcraft,
The mistress of witchcraft. Go ahead.
that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcraft.
And families through her witchcraft. That's how they control the people. Go ahead.
Verse 5, behold, I am against thee, saith the Most High of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face.
What does that mean? The Most High said, I will discover thy skirts upon thy face.
Right.
Right. The Most High going to pull up the dress and show what's under their dress.
Right.
Meaning he's going to show the whole world their shame of what they've been doing to everybody else. Okay, go ahead.
And I will show the nations thy nakedness.
Right. So the Most High said, the nations going to see your nakedness. And January 6th was a prime example of that. The whole world saw America's nakedness. Okay, right, Mr. Teflon Don. All right, go ahead.
And the kingdoms thy shame.
And the kingdoms thy shame. Go ahead.
Verse 6, and I will cast abominable filth upon thee.
And what's an abominable filth? Everybody know what's that, right? Poo-poo.
And
The Most High said, I will cast abominable filth upon you. All right, go ahead.
make thee vile,
And make thee vile.
and set thee as a gazing stock.
And set thee as a gazing stock. All right. Okay, from there go to Micah. I'm gonna show you something because that's what they use to control the people. Micah 5 and 12.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 5, verse 12. And I will cut off witchcraft out of thy hands.
So the Most High said he will cut off witchcraft out of their hand, which is sorcery. Okay, it's used in the media, the school system, in the medicines. Okay, go ahead, in the court systems. All right, go ahead.
And thou shalt have no more soothsayers.
See, and then I have no more soothsayers. Go ahead.
Verse 13, thy graven images also will I cut off, and thy standing images out of the midst of thee. And thou shalt no more worship the work of thy hands. Verse 14, and I will pluck up thy groves out of the midst of thee. So will I destroy thy cities.
See, and the Most High is destroying their cities. They're being destroyed. All right, go ahead.
I will execute vengeance, anger, and fury upon the heathens.
So the Most High said, and I will execute vengeance in anger and fury upon the heathen. Go ahead.
Such as they have not heard.
See, such as they have not heard. All right. Give me one more scripture on their witchcraft. Go to Isaiah 47. I'm going back to Habakkuk. Isaiah 47. Right? Because that's what they use to control the minds of the people. You don't know why they get things going across so well? How they could keep their lives and everything going so good? It's called witchcraft and sorcery. When they could make you believe a lie. You see it, but you don't see it. You're not sure what you saw. You saw something else. Okay? Isaiah 47
and 9.
And start from 9.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47, verse 9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day. The loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries.
See, for the multitude of their sorceries, go ahead.
And for the great abundance of thine enchantment.
Their enchantments. Satan is giving them their power to do what they're doing. Okay? Enchantment. When you do enchantments, you getting powers from Satan. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me.
Nobody sees them. They're behind the doors. Who sees these guys, what they're doing? The policies that they make in the earth. They're behind the doors. They're the one that giving the orders, making rules and policies in the earth. You don't see these guys. You don't hear about these guys, but they're there. And every last one of your politicians is working for these people right here. All right, go ahead.
Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it have perverted thee. And thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. Verse 11. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it arises.
See, so when the evil come, they don't know where it's coming from. We didn't know this was going to come. There wasn't no siren, no signal to let us know. The meteorologists didn't tell us this was coming. We only know about the Hurricane Dora. You devils. All right, go ahead.
and mistress shall fall upon thee.
And mischief is going to fall upon them, man. All right, go ahead.
Thou shalt not be able to put it off,
They ain't going to put it off when it's coming. Go ahead.
and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 12. Stand now with thy enchantments.
So the Most High said, stand now with your enchantments. Stand with your powers from Satan that you've been using all this time. All right, go ahead.
And with the multitude of thy sorceries.
See, and with the multitude of your sorceries. That's what they've been using all this time. Sorcery over the people. Okay, go ahead.
Wherein thou hast labored from thy youth.
See, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, meaning from a infancy stage of their rulership, beginning with the Greeks. That's what they've been using. Go ahead.
If so, be thou shalt be able to profit. If so, be thou mayest prevail.
See, if so be, thou mayest prevail. If that's what you trust in, see if you're going to prevail. That's what the Most High is saying to them. Go ahead.
Verse 13. Thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels.
Yeah, they're wearied in the multitude of their counsels. All right, go ahead.
Let now the astrologers,
So the Most High said, let now the astrologers, all right, go ahead.
the
The
stargazers,
stargazers,
the monthly prognosticators,
the monthly prognosticators. You know what's that? What's a monthly prognosticator? The one that tells you every month what they call it,
The horoscope.
zodiacs, the zodiacs on the left-hand side,
Right.
because there's a positive righteous zodiac, but they're using the one on the left-hand side, and they say, well, this month, your lucky star or your soulmate will come to you on this day when you go out tomorrow at work. That's what they're using, all that crap. All right, they're using astrology, okay, which is witchcraft on the left-hand side. All right, the monthly prognosticators. Okay, go ahead.
stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 14. Behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them.
See, the Most High loves fire, right? I told you our daddy's a fireman. He loves fire. All right, go ahead.
They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame.
See, they're not going to deliver themselves from the power of this flame that's coming. Okay, and this flame is going to be a hot flame. It's going to be a hot flame that's coming. Sure, you know, remember burning flame? Burning flame was hot, right? But the Most High flame going to be hotter. All right, go ahead.
There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 15. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants.
See, all the merchants of the earth that they've been trading with, commerce. All right, go ahead.
From thy youth. They shall wander every one to his quarter. None shall save thee.
See, when it comes down to it, none of the nations going to save this whore. When it comes down for judgment, and none of the nations going to save her in that time. All right, let's go back to Habakkuk. I'm going to close out the class. Habakkuk 2. Habakkuk 2, and we left off in what?
Leave it sit
Sixth
up,
verse.
6,
Yeah.
verse 6. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, a taunted proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his.
And that's what's happening now. Everybody in the earth is rising up against the European powers. And they're starting to take up a taunting proverb against this European beast. Okay? Everybody's tired of this beast right now. Okay? Go ahead.
How long? And to him that laden himself with thick clay.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 7. Shall they not arise up suddenly that shall bite thee?
Right. So he said, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee? Now the nation's going to bite America and all the European powers. And that's what they're doing. They're rising up suddenly now. It says, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee? Go ahead.
And awake that shall vex thee,
And they're going to vex her now. They're going to vex America and all the European powers. Go ahead.
and thou shalt be for booty unto them.
They're going to be robbed. They're going to be for booties unto all these nations. All the nations will form together and start robbing the European powers. They're getting tired of it. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations.
See, right there. It said, because you have spoiled many nations, you rob. Using these people here, the IMF, the World Bank, the International Bank. And they use their banking system to rob nations. Go into your country. Well, we're coming under the IMF and we will give you a loan to rebuild your country. And you could never repay back that loan. You'll be in debt for them forever. Then they say, okay, since you can't pay, well, we'll take your resources and that will be the debt that you owe us. That's how they get you. They give you a loan that you can't pay. And when you can't pay for it, because they add compound, double, triple, quadruple interest to the money that you can't pay back. And when you're in debt for that, you say, you know what? They say, well, what do you have that's valuable in your country? Well, we got bauxite, you know. Well, we could use that. We could use your bauxite. We'll use your bauxite and we'll ship it to Canada, France. We'll use that, and you getting your bauxite for free all these years. Then before you know it, all your rivers polluted in Jamaica. All the rivers in Jamaica polluted by the bauxite from that poison. Now all that is run onto the rivers in Jamaica, into all the rivers over there. You should see that thing, man. It's look dirty and nasty. All that reddish looking stuff on the bauxite is going to the river, man. You understand? That's what they do, man. They do it to all countries, man. Every country in the world. Africa, Nigeria, the Congo. They've been raiding the Congo for centuries, man. Okay? South America, okay? In Chile, okay? In Venezuela, all those places that got resources. In the Amazon forest, that's what they're doing now. Raping that place, man. You understand? These devils have raped this earth, man, for their own greed and selfishness. And the people in the earth is saying, enough is enough. They're tired of it. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 8 again. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. Because of men's blood and for the violence of the land.
See, the violence of the land. They form coups in these people's country. Overthrow your government and put puppet leaders to do their bidding. Right? And that's what the people in Africa get tired with, the puppet leaders. Get rid of them because they've been working in the interest of the European powers. In the islands too, the same crap. Puppet leaders, man. Okay, go ahead.
Of the city and of all that dwell therein. Verse 9. Woe to him that covereth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high.
See? When he say he may set his nest on high, what does that mean? That he may set. Right, he try to escape and go up into the heavens with his military and all his space exploration in outer space. Now he's trying to get up into the Elon Musk, having it where you could travel and going out in outer space and all this crap. Going to where? Mars. Ain't going to no Mars, man. Stop it. That's a lie. They never went to the moon.
Right.
Okay, they never landed on the moon. That's a lie.
Right.
That was a Hollywood set. Okay, you can't go to the moon. Okay? Bunch of liars, man. And that lie been working for almost a century now, man. The space landed on the moon, 1969. The eagle has landed. Yeah, the eagle went up there, but it didn't land on the moon. All right, go ahead.
That he may be delivered from the power of evil.
See, that he may be delivered from the power. He shall run from the evil. Let's go. But look how dumb he is. He's got up in the heavens, right? And who's up there? The Most High. And his angels coming from the heavens. You understand? So he's only entrapping himself. So that's why he has his space weapons to fight the return of the angels and Yahweh Shai. All right? He have his space weapons in outer space for this war. He know what's coming. Okay? But he won't tell you that. They've been doing this since the early 70s, making space entrapment and weapons in outer space to fight against the return of Yahushua and the angels. And when they went to the so-called moon, they saw the chariots and the angels. And one of the astronauts said, and he was given a gag order not to say nothing, but he said, because of that, he became a drunk. He was drinking every day. And one day he had to let out the bag out. He said, you know what? He said he was drinking so much. He said, I can't take this no more. He said, when we went out there, the things that we had were tricycle compared to what they had out in outer space. He said, we were not the first one out there. They was already there looking at him. The chariots and the angels were right there watching him. And he said the things that they had were compared as tricycle to what they've been using. And they gave him a gag order to keep your mouth shut. Don't say nothing of what you saw in outer space. All of your astronauts is given a gag order to keep their mouth zipped. Don't say nothing. But every last one of them, when it went out in outer space, they saw the chariots. Okay? And he said what we had were tricycle compared to what they had. And he said he drank for all those years. He was drinking because he couldn't hold it in no more. And he finally gave a report to the BBC News about what they saw when they went out in outer space. All of them are giving gag, even the pilots, regular pilots is giving gag orders too. Because they see the chariots when they're going out flying. They're not just flying it by themselves and now it's on you just flying. No, it's other things in outer space beyond your comprehension. But they don't want the public to know that. So they came up with this bullcrap Area 51 to throw you off. To think it's aliens. All right? But if it's aliens, it's demons. But it's something that they made that went wrong. You understand? All right? So with that, I say shalom, and I end the class. Yes. All right. To the viewing audience, this is the channel we'll be using until we get back onto all the other channels. All right. So from here on, we're going to be using this channel until further notice, until we get back to be using all of the other channels. All right. So I say shalom, and I say I hope everybody enjoyed the class. Watch the class. Go over the class again. If you don't understand it, share it. And I said all praises to the Most High and Kwame Yasharala.
Kwame Yasharala.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.